G'day. What is your responsibility to your audience? I had an interesting conversation this week around the idea of responsibility to your audience. And the person I was speaking with was basically saying that he felt that a number of people looked to me as a bit of a person of influence or a thought leader, at the risk of sounding too pompous, in this space. And as a result of that, I have an obligation to make sure that whatever content I put out there is right. And whilst I certainly accept that we all have an obligation, I think, to not knowingly post stuff that we know is factually wrong, fake news, as our good friend Donald would say, but at the same time, we can't all be expected to know everything about everything. And look, I don't consider myself, honestly, to be an expert in probably anything, to be perfectly honest. Maybe specifically the hotel spa business, maybe. But, you know, I don't know. A lot of the stuff that I talk about, that I post about, is not necessarily right or wrong anyway. You know, a lot of it is kind of subjective, and there's different opinions and different thoughts on it. And what I like to do is create a post about a topic that I have an interest in, maybe share my opinion if I have one, not state that as a fact, but just say, well, here's my thoughts. What are your thoughts? And let's have a discussion. And I think that's, I don't know, I kind of think that's good enough. And maybe it's a cop-out, because maybe I should be doing more research. But again, with research, you can go down a rabbit hole and find as much data to prove it wrong as you can to prove it right, oftentimes. So, and I think this applies to all of us, because we're all sharing content in some way, shape or form, whether you're posting your own videos and blogs and articles like I do, or whether you're sharing something that someone else posts. That's still, in a way, you sharing content. So I think you do have an obligation to not get it wrong, not knowingly get it wrong. And I think you have an obligation to do your best. And I think you have an obligation to have the right intent. But I think it's maybe an unrealistic expectation to expect that everything that everyone shares, or these people of influence shares, is going to be 100% right in 100% of the cases to 100% of the people. What do you think? Do you think that generally the sort of content that I put out here with this show needs to be fact-checked? Do you think I need to put disclaimers in it to say that this is just my opinion, it doesn't represent the opinions of management or something like that? Or is it okay just to have the discussion? Do let me know in the comments below. I do thank you for your time, and I will be back again tomorrow. See ya.